This is Mission Control Houston. We're continuing to monitor the situation today and wait for updates on the Soyuz MS-10 crew, Nick Hague and Alexei Ovchinin. They have been recovered from the landing site, and all reports are that they are in good condition, making their way now via helicopter back to the Jeskisgan airport, where a NASA plane is standing by to take Nick Hague back to Baikonur.
Okay, all right.
We have a video to replay for you of today's launch. It took place at 3:40 a.m. Central Time, and after a problem with a booster resulted in today's unexpected landing. We're going to start that for you here next on NASA TV. There's the second tower.
Command for ignition, oxygen.
Launch command has been issued. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Engine turbo pump at flight speed. Engines at maximum thrust. Lift off.
And there is liftoff of the Soyuz MS-10 to the International Space Station, carrying Nick Hague and Alexei Ovchinin to the orbital complex. This again is Nick Hague's first time to launch to space, and Alexei Ovchinin's second.
One, copy. Everything is good on board, and we are feeling well. Copy. Lock one.
Hearing good first stage performance for the Soyuz, delivering 930,000 pounds of thrust from its 4 boosters and single engine. Again, the first stage of the Soyuz measures 68 feet in length and 24 feet in diameter. It's burning liquid fuel for the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds of flight.
$60 seconds into the flight. The pressure in the chamber is nominal. Lock 1, copy. Everything is well on board. They're feeling well. Thank you. Copy.
Everything proceeding as intended for today's flight. Now just a little over a minute into it. The velocity of the Soyuz is about 1,100 miles per hour. View here of the crew inside the Soyuz, now making their way to the International Space Station. Nick Hague there at the top of the screen and Alexei Ovchinin at the bottom.
Lock 1, copy. Everything is well on board. The crew is feeling well. Copy.
View here of the Soyuz making its way into space. Everything looking good, proceeding nominally.
Inaudible.
And we have the escape tower for the Soyuz now jettisoned. That again was a replay of today's launch. It occurred on time at 3:40 a.m. Central Time with Nick Hague and Alexei Ovchinin on board, making their way to the International Space Station. But shortly after liftoff, we heard reports from Roscosmos that there was an issue with a booster that led the spacecraft to disconnect from the rocket and begin going into a ballistic descent mode for landing. That means that the capsule comes in at a sharper angle than we would normally expect on a landing, and is one of the contingency modes of getting the crew to the ground safely following an issue during a launch. Crew landed in east of Jeskisgan and has since been picked up by the search and recovery teams that were sent out and had been standing by, as they always are, at launches. They were picked up and now are on their way via helicopter back to the airport in Jeskisgan, which they landed east of, and from there will make their way back to Baikonur, Kazakhstan. The crew on board is in good condition, and we will continue to give you updates as we receive more information. Team here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room is getting ready for a shift handover, so you can see additional people getting updates from their counterparts here on the morning's activities and getting ready to take over control of the room. Earlier this morning, Capcom Andy Mogensen, ESA astronaut, gave the International Space Station crew an update on the Soyuz MS-10 And we are going to play that back for you now here on NASA TV.
Station, Moscow Space to Ground 1 for Sergey. Go ahead. Hey, Sergey, the boys have landed. Search and rescue folks are talking to them, and they contacted the search and rescue ops, and they told them that they're doing great. All the ground-based and air-based assets are currently being deployed and on their way to the landing site. Where they landed? South of Jeskazgan, approximately. Karajal is the nearest town, Karajal. That's everything I know for now, but I'll keep you posted. All right, thank you. Were the G-forces all the way up? About 6 and 7, 6.7. All right, I guess they didn't accelerate enough before they started coming back.
One additional update, we have a statement that Jim Bridenstine, NASA administrator, put out via his Twitter account, which is at Jim Bridenstine. You can see it here. It's NASA astronaut Nick Hague and Russian cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin are in good condition following today's aborted launch. I'm grateful that everyone is safe. A thorough investigation into the cause of the incident will be conducted. You can read the full statement on his Twitter account at Jim Bridenstine. And as he said in that statement, the Roscosmos has already reported that they are forming a state commission to investigate the incident.